Last Night in Soho. So, Last Night in Soho is about an aspiring fashion designer who is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. However, the glamour is not at all what it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something far darker. All right. So I saw the trailer for this movie, and I thought to myself, "Oh my!" First of all, this movie is directed by Edgar Wright, and I love Edgar Wright. I mean, maybe in another universe he would have directed Ant-Man, and I would love to see his version, his take on Ant-Man. But Baby Driver. When I think about Edgar Wright, the only movies that I can think about as I'm recording this video on the top of my mind is Baby Driver, and I love Baby Driver, especially the music, how the music in Baby Driver is played, and the significance of the music in that movie, but also the one and only Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I absolutely love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's amazing. It's beyond great. It's amazing. And then hearing that, and now here he is directing Last Night in Soho, and the trailers, Anya Taylor Joy. I was like, I Anya Taylor Joy, check. Edgar Wright, check. I gotta see this. And then also Matt Smith. Matt Smith. Oh my god, I gotta see this movie. I gotta see this movie. And the trailer for this looked really very intriguing. It really intrigued me, and I was like, "Oh, has the potential of being a good movie." And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this film. I really do. I really did. Um, so let me pull up real quick the cast list because I gotta give it to them. So first of all, Terence Stamp plays a character in this film. I didn't know Terence Stamp, the one and only Terence Stamp, was in this film. It was seeing his name appear like at the opening credits of the film. I was like, that was very surprising. Um, but also, okay, so the main actress, please forgive me, please correct me if I'm wrong. If I Please correct me if I mispronounce her name, because this is the first movie where I'm introduced to her as an actress. So Thomasin McKenzie, is that how you pronounce her name? I looked up her filmography. I looked up like all the films that and shows that she's been in. The only one that stood out to me was Jojo Rabbit, and unfortunately, I was the only few people um who seen Jojo Rabbit. I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, but I heard great things about it. Great things and Academy Award um, talks about that movie, Oscar. But anyway, I thought she was great. She's great as the main character, as the main girl of the film. But, Anya Taylor Joy is just everything Anya Taylor Joy is in. I just love Anya Taylor Joy. From Split to the New Mutants to Queen's Gambit, like everywhere everywhere Anya Taylor Joy goes, I'm just impressed with what she's been able to do, and all the accents that she's able to um impersonate, and to perform. Matt Smith, wasn't, he had a little, he didn't have a major role. I'm not going to go into it. I don't want to spoil it, but I will say this. If you're looking for a lot of Matt Smith in this film, unfortunately, his role isn't as big as the main two actresses, Thomasin, Mackenzie and Anya Taylor-Joy's. But yes. So yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this film. It's a psychological horror film, and I never mentioned this before, but when it comes to horror films, my favorite type of horror is psychological. I love because psychological films, they really messes with my mind. It really messes with your mind. It makes you question. It makes you theorize, and I love that. I love that. It's my favorite type of horror. But yeah, and I just the production of the whole of this entire film is amazing. The cinematography, especially like the way they use the lenses and like the lightings and all of the way they're able to capture all of that is just amazing. And of course, I mentioned the performances by Mackenzie and Taylor Joy. So yeah, although there was a twist, I felt like the writing towards the end of the film, like near the very end before the credits starts rolling, I didn't like. I'm not gonna go into it, but there was a twist. But there was, I will say this: there's a character who realizes what realizes, the wrong her wrong actions, and I just didn't agree with it. I just didn't like it. It felt like kind of sudden, like okay. But anyway, that's pretty much. But that's it. I really enjoyed this film, and I had a very fun time watching it. So if you've seen Last Night in Soho, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for taking your time to listening to my review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I will see all of you lovely people really soon.